Hello everybody, my name is Hossein. I would like to talk about how to import C3D to OpenSim. This is a question so many people ask. What we need is your C3D file and icon, your workstation software, then C3D extraction toolbox from simtech.org. The team has written. You can download it and install it. When I say install, I mean just when you download it, you have the zip file and you have folders called install, and then you'll find an M file here that if you follow it and just run it, it will install everything you need, and you have a PDF that will give you detailed information, C3D server and all the M files that you need. After that, Motion Lab system will be installed as well. MATLAB is needed to extract data, and then you'll find TRC and motion files to go for OpenSim. Let's do it step by step. First of all, your Icon, or you can use, for instance, Icon workstation. This is Icon Nexus. Here you see you need to, first of all, you open it. For example, your text walk. And then what you need to do is, after doing all the, let's say, markers and labeling, all sorts of things, you need to do you need to find events. You put events, put one event here, for example, general event, and then different legs or different foot that touches the force plates, left one, right one, when they just foot off with strike, and all sorts of things that are needed to distinguish different, let's say, which leg is on what, or which force plate. This can be done via that software toolbox. So when you do this, if you have any problem with your force plate, for example, it's not type 2, you can simply save it as something else. So when you save it copy it as someone another name. So Nexus will change it to type 2. Type 2 means, as you see, forces. We've got forces, moments, and center of pressure. Well, after this, what you need to do is to go to this software, Motion Lab System. I hope you can see it. C3D server and VB-C3D file editor. You can open it. Open your file. For instance, your walking. It was walking or not? Test walking. You don't need to open static one. Just your dynamic file C3D, and then you go to group, analog, label. Yours might be different, or might be something like this, but what you have, your own experiment, shouldn't be like this. When you click on it, you have to change it to these kind of parameters. You actually should have f1x, so you need to add fp1 here and then fx, all of them. If it is y, you change it like that to fp1 fy, and if it is m, like moment, so change it like that, fp1 mx. When I said type 2, when Nexus would change it to type 2, I mean like this, because if it would be like type 3, you wouldn't have such a thing. Well, so here you have moments and forces. Then you can save it simply like that. Well, and save it. Definitely try to save it. After this, we have everything. We just need to copy them where we want to work. Go to your session, wherever you have your C3D file and static one test. Copy these two. Just these two are needed. Before you go, you can take a look at them and make sure everything is alright. Like these are like this, analog data, you see all your video data, and then you want to check your, let's say, your event, for instance, label. You see the labels are here. Maybe you make a mistake or something, you can double check them here. If you just click on them, if you have this MIS viewer, you can check them. well, and force place, for instance, as I said, the corners, or let's say type of them, made it number 2. Well, when you copy them where you want to work, your MATLAB, this is your MATLAB, so you need to change it here. For instance, example, whenever you installed it, the examples will be here, and what we work on is test walk simulation. Open test walk simulation. Well, you see what you need to change here is not too much. You just need to change these two, make sure that they are here, your static C3D file, your dynamic C3D file, change them all, and then you need to change here the while getting events, which, let's say, force plate is being touched. For example, number 2 is first, number 1 is first, and if you have more than this, you'll, for example, number 3 is after that. These are the order of force plates being touched. It doesn't matter which foot, well, because you have described them in your icon before, so you understand it. And here you can change, for instance, frequency and all sort of things. Well, and you may need to change load labels. Go to this load label.m, labels.m. Here what you need to change would be here, as you see, transformation vectors. Try to read it. I'm not going through the detail of these. You might need it to change some of these, let's say, vectors 1, 2, 3, and so on. And here offset markers. All right. Your marker would be, the name of it would be different, so you should write what you would like to be your offset marker, and then you have to change here your markers, which are static one and dynamic one, because the names would be different, so you have to change them as well. Here you see it's simple. Then what you do, here is again like that, you are changing them. You go back here to your test walk simulation.m, and then simply click on it and it will run. Hopefully you will find TRC and motion files. If you have any questions, just refer to the PDF. You'll get more information there. Thank you so much. Bye for now.